A person's habits are routines or practices that they have developed over time and are thought to be difficult to break. Like other things, habits can be good or bad. Even when a person thinks of a habit as good, there are still circumstances that can cast it in a negative light. I'm going to walk you through the 10 unhealthy habits that characterize INTJs. 10th point, they enjoy being exacting. Indeed, INTJs pay close attention to details, but occasionally they may become overly fixated on them. Everything must proceed in a specific way and be set up in a specific way. The books on the shelves should be arranged alphabetically. The dishes should be cleaned twice before being piled high. The report should be reviewed twice before uploading, and so on. This could lead to very satisfying results, which could inspire infjs. They occasionally forget other crucial things, though, as they have a propensity to become overly engrossed in these things. If they were too focused on having to rewrite a report a few times, they might miss the deadline for another project. They might neglect to prepare food because they needed to remodel the kitchen, etc. Number 9. They are, to put it another way, stubborn because they never stop building things until they are finished. To be honest, there are occasions when an INTJ just doesn't know when to give up, which isn't always a bad thing. Therefore, INTJs won't think twice to rearrange their schedules to make time for a recipe they need to perfect for an impending family dinner. Even if they don't succeed the third time, they are less likely to give up on trying again. This perseverance habit may make them experts in any field they choose to pursue, but it will also require a great deal of work, resources, and even patience on the part of the INTJs, as well as those who are close to them, especially those who live with them. Number 8. They focus on achieving the final result. When it comes to their objectives, INTJs may have a horse-like mission. Their focus can be remarkable. But because of it too, they could also find it easy to topple them due to unanticipated events or difficulties. It might be an illness or accident that would have a serious impact on them, for a betrayal by a friend or family member, or even a limitation they overlooked. For INTJs, this could result in a variety of unfavorable and potentially fatal circumstances that could also have an impact on their loved ones. Given the constant state of uncertainty, there appears to be nothing wrong with having a set mind. But for an INTJ, this can be extremely stressful. Additionally, their commitment to a particular objective and intense focus may have negative effects on their own health, such as inadequate sleep and eating habits. 7th, putting feelings aside. Even though putting emotions aside can be helpful, there are still clear drawbacks. People handle emotions differently than INTJs do. Some people find that emotions are significant in their lives, and that in order for them to be functioning, they should be dealt with immediately. There will undoubtedly be some people that INTJs disagree with in terms of beliefs and methods. Furthermore, they will undoubtedly encounter circumstances that force them to deal with awkward and uncomfortable emotions as well as mood-related worries, not just from other people but from themselves as well. Keep in mind that INTJs are goal-oriented and analytical thinkers, so they would prefer to get rid of anything that could cause them to lose time or hinder their progress toward their objective. 6th, they avoid being sidetracked. This is yet another behavior that fits the goal-oriented INTJ personality type. While this does not imply that all INTJs are intensely focused, a large number of them are and are probably keeping themselves occupied with whatever projects or goals they hope to accomplish. Therefore, you should expect to wait and possibly even be rejected if you want to court an INTJ, and romance is not really at the top of their list of priorities. Taking this to an extreme degree is the only way this habit can become unhealthy. Sometimes INTJs who expect to do well on an impending test will even lock themselves in their rooms if necessary. To gain that muscle or lose that weight, they're even prepared to go without food or engage in prolonged fasting. If an INTJ knows they could be tempted by the snacks in the aisle, they might even refuse to shop at the grocery. How is the video going for you? Please remember to subscribe and leave us a like so you don't miss anything. Number 5, disregarding others. If necessary, INTJs will put aside not only people but also their emotions. INTJs prioritize different things than other personality types, where relational and empathic qualities are significant aspects of their lives. Because of this, they frequently come across as aloof and disjointed. Rather than hearing how others feel, they would prefer to hear their justifications. As everyone has occasionally found themselves ignoring, or at least desiring to ignore, others. This habit does not automatically make INTJs antisocial individuals. There are several reasons why INTJs would do this, but primarily, it's because they have other responsibilities. They would rather not participate and devote all of their time and energy to completing the tasks they believe are necessary. Number 4. Frequently makes plans. It becomes somewhat obvious that they have this habit because they can be quite meticulous. But there is a limit to how unhealthy being a planner can get. Not only does it take a lot of time and mental energy from the person doing it, but it also occasionally gets in the way of the execution part, particularly when things don't work out as planned. INTJs may have to repeatedly rework their plans or struggle to go with the flow when necessary, which can lead to frustration. Thirdly, exercise caution. Being planners by nature, ENTJs undoubtedly struggle with letting things happen as they happen. Additionally, ENTJs prefer to avoid superficial conversations, so they are usually cautious to avoid wasting time, to manage their energy appropriately, to adhere to their plans and objectives, and so forth. ENTJs should exercise caution in social situations and in their interactions overall, even though they may need to exercise caution with their belongings and schedules. They can be picky about who they want to talk to and cautious when starting a conversation on a particular subject. This heightens their awareness when they are with someone else, because some INTJs are already aware of how they can be less empathic at times. They might not be the friendliest and most approachable individuals in the world, but just like everyone else, they can become uncomfortable in social situations. Number 2. Finding quick solutions. Not only are INTJs goal-oriented, but they are also reliable problem solvers. They could even be compared to white blood cells that constantly burst wherever a dangerous invader might show up. Since problem solving is one of their strong points, they're somehow programmed to be ready to solve problems at any time or place. This does not appear to be unhealthy in the slightest, but it is problematic when they focus solely on the issue and forget about everything else. That entails putting off doing some housework and possibly even taking a bath in order to focus on fixing whatever issue they're currently dealing with. Firstly, being direct and accurate. They may always want to be right in a debate or conversation, and their words have the power to hurt you. This is an aspect of the ENTJ personality type that can become unhealthy for both the individual and those around them. People frequently wish that others would be straightforward and honest with them. On the other hand, you often find it consoling when people speak to you in an indirect manner. Let's face it, relationships can be difficult when it comes to who is right or whether someone is more interested in you than the other. The harsh reality can be hurtful. Furthermore, sugarcoating and admitting fault may just not sit well with INTJs. And there you have it, then. It's true that some of these behaviors are more startling than others, but it also proves that INTJs have colorful sides. Habits are not set in stone and can be broken, even though some of them may need to be revised. Bravo, then, to the INTJ and to all of us who have bad habits that we need to break. Do you identify as an INTJ? Which behaviors, in your opinion, contribute to your poor health? Do you find it difficult to break a habit, or are you the type who finds it easy to break? Tell us in the space provided for comments below. Do you have any ideas for topics? Let us to make them for you with pleasure. Remember to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends and family. I appreciate you viewing.